Matt Ryan is a recently retired NFL quarterback who primarily spent his playing days with the Atlanta Falcons. However, he did spend some time on the Indianapolis Colts as well, nicknamed Matty Ice. He's played in some big games and has put up some respectable numbers. Ryan spent 4 years in college and improved his numbers every single season. After being redshirted in his freshman year, he threw for 350 yards, the season after for 1,514 yards, then 2,942 yards, and then 4,507 yards in his last season. Teams were quickly catching on his development, and then when he finally decided he wanted to throw his name into the NFL draft pool, there was immediate interest. He was tasked with taking the Wonderlic exam in the draft process and scored a 32, which tied Brian Brum for the highest score of any other quarterback that year. This certainly helped him get selected 3rd overall by the Atlanta Falcons. Although getting drafted that high wasn't easy, especially considering how long he spent in college. From that point onwards, Matt Ryan spent all but 1 year of his career with the Atlanta Falcons. He helped them get into the postseason 6 different seasons and won numerous awards in the process. Before getting into all of his honors, it'd be wrong of us not including his legendary 2016 run. That season, Ryan and the Falcons put together an excellent roster that cruised into the postseason. Once there, they won both playoff games to make it into the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. Before the game was played, Matt Ryan was named the league MVP and the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. Fast forward to the Super Bowl itself, and Ryan helped Atlanta get a 28-3 lead nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. It looked like he was about to become a Super Bowl champion, but the team collapsed and lost the game in overtime. Outside of that, Ryan never made it back into the Super Bowl and had only been to the playoffs one more time in his career. Unfortunately, the Falcons couldn't build the team around him consistently, yet Ryan still made the most of his situation and remained loyal until the end. It's not very often that you see a quarterback spend almost their entire career with one team anymore. Yet Ryan was the face of these Falcons for over a decade. The only reason that he chose to step away from the Falcons was that the team was looking to move into a younger direction. He wanted to continue playing football, but knew that the organization was hoping to get a young quarterback moving forward, and he made a request to be sent to a different team. Atlanta took that request and sent him to the Colts for a 3rd round draft pick, and his addition to the Colts roster was thought to make them Super Bowl contenders. It felt like Ryan was uncomfortable in a new team and never put it together. The Colts missed the playoffs that season, and Ryan threw 14 touchdowns and 13 picks in only 12 games. When the season ended, he was released by the Colts and opted to head into retirement. When Ryan was released by the Colts, he opted not to announce his retirement to the whole world. This meant the Colts were on the hook to pay him $12 million. When the season ended, Ryan made the announcement. To make the retirement decision even sweeter, he signed a 1-day contract with the Falcons to retire as a member of the organization. With his career all wrapped up, he walks away as an NFL MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie Player of the Year, first-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, NFL passer rating leader in 2016, and the NFL completion percentage co-leader in 2012. He never had the playoff success he hoped for, but his career stats and accolades helped shine his career. On top of that, he holds a few records. He has the most regular season wins by a quarterback in the first 5 seasons, tied with Russell Wilson. He also had 64 consecutive games where he threw at least 200 yards. He had the most passing yards in a playoff player's first 14 games in the NFL, and he had the most passing completions in the first 15 years. As for Atlanta's franchise records, he's the only quarterback to ever lead the team to an 8-0 start. He broke almost every single passing yard, completion, and touchdown record for them. Ryan also had the most comeback wins in a single season for the Falcons. When looking at the best Falcons quarterbacks of all time, it's hard not to put Matt Ryan near the top of the list. But now, these days, Ryan gets to spend so much time with his family and can get more involved with the community than he already has. He also works at CBS as a football analyst and is usually found on the NFL Today pregame show, where he helps share some knowledge of the game he played for so long. Retirement appears to be treating him well, but it's a shame that he could never capture that Super Bowl ring. It's a ring that he deserves when looking back on his 2016 run. Bitch, we some stars, pull up in foreign cars.